Hello everyone and welcome to our monthly board chat with our CEO Callum Laing. I am your host, Lisa Maynard-Atem. Hi Callum, how are you?
Hey Lisa, I'm very well, thank you. These months go quickly, don't they?
They go really quick. It feels like it was just yesterday that we had our last board chat, but yeah, no, they go very, very quickly indeed. Anyway, glad you're well. I'll kick things off. We've got a few things to get through, including some new appointments to our board, some more awards as always, and a bit of a chat around acquisition. So we'll kick things off. I think to start with, we should talk about our very brand new board apprentice, Neil. I'm really, really excited. I'm really looking forward to meeting him. So yeah, I thought we could kick off by having a chat about him and officially welcoming him to the board.
Yeah, so I mean, Neil's a great guy. I met him a few years ago when I was working on a project looking at the parallels between high performance athletes and the sort of pressure that top entrepreneurs are under. It's a very, very public environment, and how you manage that pressure and how athletes manage that pressure. So that's why I met him, stayed in touch, as well as his phenomenal athletic career. He's also done some business coaching at a company that I've worked with in the past, Dent, a key person of influence, and is widely respected there. So yeah, we were looking to add some more diversity to the board, which is what the board apprentice program was designed for, and so it seemed like a good opportunity. And I think disability is an area, a lot of people talk about kind of gender on boards, and hopefully there's more awareness now about getting Black and minorities on boards. But disability seems to be the one that kind of keeps getting overlooked. And the interesting thing is, and Neil actually made a post about this on LinkedIn recently, that 20% of the population self-identifies as being disabled in some way. And yet, if you look at most boards, so if you look at the FTSE 100, not a single board member or executive manager self-identifies as being disabled. So there's clearly a disconnect there, and as you can see from Neil's track record, there's an awful lot of talent that is potentially being overlooked just because people are disabled. So yeah, really looking forward to having him on board.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Had a few chats with him, so yeah, really excited to officially welcome him. But moving on from that, we also have two other board appointments, which I thought would be nice to touch on. Paul Seabridge and Vicky Smith, which is again really, really exciting, really great to see like expansion to the board. So yeah, I think that's another great one as well.
Yeah, so we have a leadership program, and yeah, we're a group of, by definition, business leaders. These are entrepreneurs that have built and grown businesses. And part of our leadership program is to give anyone that joins Agglomeration the opportunity to step into further leadership roles. So there's roles to bring together communities of employees within the group, to work on different projects, to organize events. And then we have this opportunity for a couple of principals to be voted onto the actual board so they can get public listed company experience. So Vicky has been running Hobson and Dunn, so having two Vickies on the board even will be confusing. But Vicky Smith has been running Hobson in arguably the two toughest years to run a care home. So yeah, I'm just dealing with unimaginable challenges over the last few years. Dealt with it fantastically, kept the business strong, kept her staff safe, kept her clients safe, did a phenomenal job. So and she has a great perspective about the health industry, and I think we've got other healthcare businesses in the pipeline, so it's quite an interesting vertical that certainly demographics wise is going to be a big player over the next 10 to 20 years. So that's very interesting. Paul Seabridge, I've been working with for years now. Very, very talented deal maker and M&A guy. Probably responsible for the most number of companies joining MBH. Just, yeah, very, very good, very, very strong on numbers, and great at putting deal structures together. So yeah, it'll be and very proactive, as you've already seen, like very, very active in making stuff happen. So great to have him on the board as well. And I think yeah, it's going to be good to have all these different opinions and ideas driving us forward.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't realize actually until you just said it, we're going to have 2 Vickies, so that's going to be interesting. And also,
if that's our biggest problem, we'll be all right.
Yeah, I think so. And just while we're talking about Vicky's, actually, I wanted to say congratulations to Vicky Smith, because they recently won an award for outstanding service in the community. Yeah, it's just, again, another chat, another award. So yeah, they've like I say, Vicky's been doing incredibly well, especially during lockdown, through the pandemic. So yeah, she's done an incredible job. So congratulations to them. Moving on, I thought we could have a chat about Take Me Group, because they're another group that are doing fantastically well. They recently won Heritage Cars Groups, which is part of their portfolio, recently won Taxi Company of the Year, which I think is fantastic. And like again, yet another award. So that's really, really great. And they've recently acquired United Taxi Group. I think David Hunter is another one who, every time I see an update from him, he's acquired another business. It's incredible.
Yeah, so they haven't actually acquired the company. They've got the Take Me Group, which is the software development platform. So they've brought another company into that group. So it's not an MBH company yet. Yeah, I didn't even know they'd won awards. You do a better job of keeping track of all this stuff than I do. But yeah, that's great to hear. I'm not surprised at all. He's very active, and another one, sort of another leader within the group that is very active and very supportive of sharing his knowledge with others in the group. So yeah, great asset.
Yeah, we had a principals meeting earlier, and we were talking about various things, and it is amazing. It's really nice to kind of sit and see them really sharing knowledge, and really, really interesting. So no, it was great. But no, David is one who's doing incredibly well, so that's fantastic. And touching on the whole acquisition piece, I was wondering if we could kind of have a bit of a chat about that, because it's something that people have asked me questions about, because they think it's a really interesting aspect of the agglomeration model, in terms of obviously companies that come in and then they have the opportunity to acquire other companies. So I was thinking if we could have a bit of a chat about that.
Yeah, so we kind of define acquisitions as either strategic or tactical. So in our world, a strategic acquisition is a company that comes in, the principals sit on the principals board, and it's kind of the typical idea of companies like Boulder Sausage or Robinson's Caravan. If those companies decide to do their own acquisitions and are bringing a company in underneath them, then we refer to that as a tactical acquisition. And we're obviously very keen to have companies come into the group that want to grow through acquisition. But because it's a tactical, in effect, what happens is the company that does the acquisition consolidates the finance and manages the relationship, which means that there's kind of less overhead for MBH. It can all kind of happen below those companies. So again, it's not right for every company. They need to be, I guess, well enough established that they can be comfortable in their own environment before they can start adding other companies to it. But it's a great opportunity. And I think, a lot of the businesses that we work with are a couple of decades old. They know all the players in their industry. So half the time they've kind of had these conversations going on in the background, but they haven't really known how to do it or how to make it happen. And when they join MBH, they sort of have that opportunity to do it. Take Me joined us like 18 months ago. 3 acquisitions later, and they're already in the top 10 by fleet size in the UK, and still big ambitions to go further. And we have plenty of others that that are in the pipeline that are joining specifically because they want to do acquisitions. So I think, there's the interesting thing is our model is very much about leaving companies independent, but that doesn't mean that there isn't huge opportunities to consolidate within industries, but it could happen underneath one of the companies that we have in the group. So some companies in the group might want to do more kind of traditional M&A in terms of acquiring a company, folding it in, especially if the founder wants to leave. But the acquiring company has that responsibility. So there's no sort of overhead on MBH when that happens. It's just we all get to benefit from the additional EBIT coming into the group.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's good.
Okay. And as always, I always ask you this question: is there any kind of exciting news that you can share with us, or you can give us a taster of that we can maybe chat about in our next board chat?
Yes. Yes, I can. Although it's only a little thing, but some of our colleagues will be in London at a black tie event for the Investor Relations Magazine Awards, which are the sort of the most prestigious investor relations award. And MBH has been nominated alongside people like Banco Santander, Mercedes-Benz, a couple of other big names. But yeah, we are the smallest by magnitude of huge amounts. So it's incredible to be up alongside those guys. And it's around how well we use multimedia to communicate with our investors. So yeah, thanks to you for interviews like this, and very nice to see that we're getting that recognition from the industry for communicating with our investors so well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to. Unfortunately, I'd love to have been there, but yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing from the team how it goes tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. I think that's the first time you've actually told me something when I've asked that question.
Yeah, about the only thing I can talk about without getting us both in trouble for insider trading. So
of course. I think for me, just quickly, I just want to say we obviously as part of Acacia Training, we held the B1G1 event last week, and it was absolutely fantastic to meet Masami and Paul. They're such incredible and inspirational people. So yeah, it was a fantastic event.
So MBH has been working with B1G1 since we started. I've been working personally with B1G1 since they started, which was about 10 or 11 years ago. I've known Paul and Masami. Masami started off, she had a restaurant in Australia, and she started doing this thing that if people bought a meal, every time they bought a meal, she would donate a meal to a child in a developing country. And that ultimately became Buy One, Give One. And it's a very easy and effective way for companies to tie their giving to something specific. So, for example, on the books that I publish, every time anyone leaves a review on Amazon, I send a bunch of books every month, as long as that review is up. I send a bunch of books every month to schools in developing countries. So it's a very nice tie, and it's a great way of me bribing people to leave reviews for the book, and it has a positive impact. So there are thousands and thousands of businesses all around the world that tie buying some clothing with providing a school uniform. So it's really tangible stuff. Buy One, Give One is the infrastructure to do that. All 100% of the proceeds go to it. And Paul and Masami have been doing that. They've done something like $250 million givings in the last 10 or 11 years. Just incredible. And say to anyone, if you ever get the chance to see Paul or Masami speak, they are incredible. Google them or have a look on YouTube at their videos. They're really doing incredible things. And on our homepage, I think, or certainly on our ESG page, we track all of the givings that the various companies and a number of the companies in MBH have also have joined B1G1. So yeah, it was very, very worthwhile organisation.
Yeah, it was really great to meet them and hear them speak. They were both fantastic. So I really enjoyed it. Thanks to everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us next month for our board chat. Thank you. Bye.
Find out more today at mbhcorporation.com.